Hello, everyone. This is Danica Joan, and this is Custody Matters. And thank you so much for joining the group. Apologies for my tardiness. Today, we accepted two proclamations for one for the city of Lakeland, Florida, and another one for the city of Bartow, Florida. We've got a couple more lined up for our area. So what's it all about? What is this? Some people are new to the movement, this grassroots global movement of parental alienation awareness. So I think I talked about it in one of my groups. We talked about how parental alienation was a name that was coined kind of in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was in order to describe what it is that was happening to children when children were getting along. Children had a harmonious relationship with both parents until something happened, some sort of a wedge that happened between the two parents. And what would happen is a lot of times the one parent would target the other parent in their battle against each other. They might be fighting for custody and all that, and to the point where they then started recruiting the child into their court battle, or into their battle. Sometimes the court battle, usually it was a court battle. So, and it's a really sad thing when parents are so determined to win at all cost that it causes that they're willing to use the children as leverage to destroy the other parent, making false allegations of abuse or neglect, and then having the child back them up, maybe dragging the child to the police station every time there's a child exchange so that they can somehow document that there was some scratch or bump or whatever. And then a lot of times, children will protect their abusers. And this is something that a lot of parents do not, a lot of professionals get it wrong. Professionals who are not experts in parental alienation, they get it wrong because they look at the child is saying to them that to an adult, maybe a guidance counselor at school, a teacher, who knows, they will they'll tell this person that their parent is abusing them, their parent is all bad. One parent is all bad, the other parent is all good. Red flag. Any professional worth their salt and who is dealing with issues that in regards to families and child dynamics has got to research and really know their stuff in regards to the dynamics of a child, and what a child is goes through when they are put under the scrutiny, when they're put into like a loyalty conflict, because children naturally protect their abusers. So think about it. And a lot of times, unfortunately, and not to put blame on one parent versus the other, but a lot of times a parent who has the primary time with the child, they actually have more of a chance of alienating the child against the one that has less time share. And the one we call it residential and non-residential, but we've shifted it into time sharing. So it's just a different language. But nevertheless, a lot of times it becomes much more effective when the parent has the lion's share of the time with the child, because they just, more time to indoctrinate. Usually an alienator is highly intelligent. They're not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're very competitive, and they'll do it at all costs. Sometimes you don't even realize what you've gotten yourself into when you're targeted. You just find yourself, oh my God, my kids are hating me, and they're making all these crazy allegations and stuff like that. And what you didn't realize, maybe when you decided to step out of that relationship with the other parent, is they may have real abandonment issues, and you just abandoned them. So they're going to get you back for that. I mean, there's just so many crazy ideas, crazy things that have people choose, go after the jugular with parental alienation. And so parental alienation is actually the behaviors that the parent does, to the other parent. It's the syndrome that we talk about that's the manifestation of the behaviors and the actions of the parent. So the manifestation, the parental alienation syndrome, the manifestation is the child is totally sucked into the story that one parent is all bad and the other parent is all good, and to the point where they are like united. It's us against this evil parent that's going to do everything to tear us apart from each other. It's really quite sad. So in doing the proclamations this month, I just kind of wanted to review a little bit of what it is that I'm speaking about when I go up there, and we share about what I like to do in the proclamations. And one of the reasons I'm glad that I was able to post an example of the proclamations is because I'm really hoping that you'll be inspired to go after a proclamation in your community as well. And you don't have to live in the city that you request the proclamation for, because this is a global grassroots movement. I was just in communication with a group that's in the UK that's trying to create an event around parental alienation awareness and all that. And then I believe there's a group that's trying to bring all of our groups together globally that's in Latin America. It's just so amazing. I love it, everybody coming together for a united cause. And truly, if we're all on the same page and we're all working together, we can do powerful things. So what do I talk about? When the actual proclamation, what did I do with the paper? Let me see. I don't know. Hold on. So there we go. All right. So here's my proclamation I got from this. Let me see. There we go. All right. That was the city of Bartow, Florida. And you'll see the words and stuff like that. We actually have a template of that, of all the things that we request the city to award us or to present to us. So in a way, it's like everything is kind of laid out as a script so that we kind of play it out at the city meeting. And the mayor awards us and acknowledges us, and a lot of times it's recorded, which is nice because it maximizes our exposure. So, and then I get a chance to talk, and I think the first time I ever accepted a proclamation, I was terrified and I was shaking, and the last thing I wanted to do is speak. So it's not a have-to thing. So anyways, it's a very great experience and a great opportunity to get the word out. So I always talk about what's our organization accomplished over the last year. That's another thing I talk about. So today, at both of the proclamation ceremonies, I talked about how we've included family mediation, child custody coaching. We've expanded our co-parenting curriculum to all the venues, the live and the webinar live and the self-directed online. We talk about our Facebook group. I'm hoping that maybe we get some more members into Custody Matters because of this, just to get the word out. We've actually, I've got 2 closed Facebook groups, and combined we're about 800 members strong. So kudos to you, thank you. And then and all the people that we've reached as far as having to teach them co-parenting and stuff like that. And then and this was a new thing that I brought up that I was sort of inspired to bring up was okay, how our programs impact the community, because people want to know what's in it for me. They're like, that's great and everything, but is it meaningful to me? Because, all my exes, and we all get along and whatever. So I said, our programs de-escalate high conflict co-parenting relationships. We also resolve conflict through mediation, keeping it out of the courts, where you really don't have a say-so. Shortening the healing time of families in contentious custody matters. Reducing false allegations of abuse. This is a huge thing. People always go to where they were hurt and how things were damaging and stuff like that. Okay, so we're preventing the need for dependency agencies to intervene. How many times, I mean, I've been investigated by child services, and it's not an enjoyable thing. And I could certainly, if you've ever had that situation, you can private message me. We can talk about that, so that you know, because I've been there, done that. And then ultimately, children can move on quickly into healing and a normal family dynamic. So anyway, so that's my spiel. I love what I do, because the thing is we take a bad situation and we try to de-escalate it, and for improved outcomes for families. So thank you so much. This is the Monday night edition of Custody Matters. And I'm here to serve you. If you have any questions or any concerns, just private message me. And I will see you on Thursday.